Okay, focaccia, one of my favorite breads. Crunchy on the outside, pillowy, soft on the inside. A bit like me, actually.
Yes.
This is an easy recipe for you to do, and it will be one that keeps in the family as well, I can assure you. Good to make with kids as well. Rosemary olive oil, essential for this recipe because we want the flavor of the rosemary in the focaccia bread without having all the bits of rosemary in there. I don't like that, personally. Now, let's start with 500 grams of bread flour. So we're just using standard bread flour. Makes our dough elasticy and brings the gluten out. We're gonna do salt. Now, make a little well in the middle. And you can do this, if you've got a stand mixer, feel free. I'm doing this because, why am I doing it by hand? I'm not sure, because I like it. Anyway, warm water in the middle of our bowl. Now, you see a lot of recipes that say, oh, you need to, get a small bowl, put a little bit of the warm water in along with the yeast. Forget about it. Just put the yeast in the middle of your bowl with the warm water. Get yourself a whisk it in. Start bringing some of the flour in from the outside. Okay, so now we're going to go in with 70 grams of our oil. I'm just going to strain because there's some rosemary in there. So I want 70 grams, approximate. Done. Beautiful. Whisk again. Now we just want enough of the flour mixed in so we can start to handle it without your hands are going to get sticky. That's part of the fun of this, which is why it's good with making it with kids. Kids love getting their hands sticky. How much does Alfie love it?
Yeah, he might not be the normal child when it comes to cooking.
You reckon?
He loves cooking.
Now just bring the rest of the flour in. Loz, when was the last time you made bread?
I don't make bread anymore.
Good one. This is called a pastry card. You can buy them at cookware stores. They're pretty inexpensive. I reckon they cost about $1. Get one because they're really handy to do something like this where I'm scraping the flour and the wet dough into the middle. You can see it's pretty handy. Now comes the fun part, which is why most people will make this in a mixer. If you're doing it by hand, you're going to be kneading for about 10 minutes at least by hand. So get ready for that, bit of exercise. You don't need any flour on your bench. Any extra flour is just going to make your dough dry, which we don't want. When you're kneading dough, you're stretching. And that's what gets the gluten going, is that stretching motion. And the dough should be like this. You can see it's quite sticky. That's what makes it pillowy soft. If your dough's too dry, it doesn't puff up and it's not pillowy soft in the middle. So get ready to have sticky hands for 10 minutes. It's just the way it is.
Do you think you'll Mary Berry?
I'm tired. That's been about 10 minutes of kneading, but look at the dough. It's starting to get a shine on it, and it's smooth, and it's elasticy. Glass bowl, a little touch of our oil in the glass bowl, and that will just stop the dough from sticking too much, so as it's easy to get out in the next stage. Clean tea towel over the top, and then we're gonna leave it. Depends how hot your room is, but on average, 45 minutes with an instant yeast is more than enough time for this guy to double in size, at which point it'll look like this.
Magic.
Right?
Yes.
Now, small tray, a little bit extra virgin olive oil onto the tray. Make sure that you really get all the edges.
You do this a little bit differently if it's winter or summer at home, right? So in winter, you put it in warm places.
Yeah, like Loz has found focaccia in the weirdest of places, in the tumble dryer. Put your tumble dryer on for 5 minutes, turn it off, open the door, put your focaccia in, shut the door. Don't obviously make the tumble dryer go again, but the warmth that is in there in the wintertime helps make your bread rise. So, bread dough, gently, really gently, get your hands underneath and just pull it out and put it in here. Now, hands, fingers in, and I'm pushing to the side of the tray as I do this, and I make sure that I really get it down. Now, there's a motion, which is like this, where I put 2 fingers in, like that, and then I open it up, and I'm gonna pop in an olive, and push it down, and you'll see that it'll close back in again. So in, open, olive in, open, olive in. And you can put as much or as little as you like in here, and you don't have to put any. I'm putting tomato and olive in this. It looks beautiful, yeah, the colors are pretty vibrant. You can even tuck little bits of basil in along with the tomato. Just to finish that off, we're gonna do a little bit of a drizzle of olive oil. And then that rosemary flavor goes deep inside the bread and also helps keep it nice and soft. And there you go. We're gonna let that rise for about another 45 minutes, up to an hour. And what you should see is that it should almost double in size again. And then we're gonna pop it in the oven. Okay, as if by magic, this is what it looks like after another 45 minutes of proving. You can see how puffy and pillowy it looks. All that remains is now just another extra drizzle of olive oil, a couple of extra divots, and then we're gonna pop it in the oven. 200 degrees, 20 minutes, roughly, give or take 5 minutes. Oh, look at this, come on. What we need to do now, we've got some more of our rosemary oil and a brush, and just liberally brush it with that delicious rosemary oil. And what that's gonna do is just seep in to the bread and the crust, make it even softer and give it a delicious rosemary flavor. That's enough, there's quite a lot. So now it will just pop out, and there it is. Look at that, soft, delicious, pillowy focaccia. Easy to do, recipe for life. Thanks for watching, and if you liked that, please click subscribe because there's plenty more where that came from. Also, if there's a recipe that you actually want to see me make, chuck it in the comments below and we'll get around to it. Thanks for watching.